shine because they're hopeful.
Celine Song's follow-up to her Academy Award-nominated film Past Lives, which I absolutely loved. It was one of those movies that sat with me longer than most dramas. The sadness of what could have been, and people real enough to feel like they've stepped off the street instead of a script. Song didn't paint caricatures. She gave us humans, complicated and unsorted. And Materialists, this one's no different. Same honesty, different lens. It focuses on a woman who makes her living selling the promise of love. And Dakota Johnson plays this high-end matchmaker, a woman who spends her days pairing clients with almost too much expectation, and everything is polished, curated, presented, just like the dating profile she perfects. Wealth, looks, status. She knows the price of love because she literally puts a price on it every day. And then she meets Pedro Pascal's character, a rich finance guy, a sibling of a client. He's not a match to sell. He's someone who charms her, a real possibility, a rich man who seems genuine, maybe even kind. And at the same time, like some cruel test, she runs into her ex-boyfriend, played by Chris Evans, playing a washed-up actor in his late 30s, broke, still sharing an apartment with roommates, no stability to speak of. But you could tell the love's not gone. The respect's not gone either. And you could feel it hanging in the air when they talk. So here she stands. Two roads, security or history, money or love, certainty or possibility. This setup sounds like a rom-com. The log line practically writes itself. Matchmaker caught between a rich new guy and the broke old flame. But this isn't a rom-com. Not even close. I don't think Song does rom-com. She does life. Uncomfortable, ironic life. Rom-coms are built on quippy dialogue and last-minute airport chases. This movie feels like a late-night conversation you regret. Like second thoughts you don't say out loud. It's a romance, for sure, but it's also a drama, a reflection on how we pick partners, the way we pick apartments, what looks good, what feels safe, what we can afford, what we think makes us happy. And the movie refuses to pick sides. Is the rich man a villain? No. Is the ex-boyfriend a scrappy underdog? Not really. Nobody's a type here. They're all real people, messy, uncertain, full of justifications. It makes the story feel raw, unfinished, in the best way. Sometimes the film feels funny, with awkward dates, mismatched expectations, and then it shifts to heavy scenes where you see the weight of the darker side of dating. It's tonally messy, but so is life. I respect that. And a lot of movies want life to fit in a genre box. This one shrugs off that box. I also can't ignore the city itself. New York feels alive here, huge, gorgeous, and every scene sings with light and detail. The cinematographer, Shabir Kirshner, he deserved credit. You can tell he loves the city. It's bright when it needs to be and soft when the story turns inward. This is a $20 million budget that looks like it cost triple that. And Celine Song draws from real life again, just like Past Lives. She was a struggling playwright once. She did the matchmaking gig. These aren't imagined struggles. They're lived in. It shows. That's probably why the silence feels so meaningful, why the pauses matter. She let scenes unfold like theater, natural, patient. It reminds me of David Lynch in a strange way, not because of dream logic or weirdness, but because of the space, the willingness to let things hang unresolved. And I think Lynch would nod at that. For me, this works, but for the single guy sitting in front of me checking his emails throughout most of the movie, not so much. He wasn't here for this kind of story, but maybe he wanted big laughs, a buttoned-up rom-com, and that's fine. This isn't that movie. But the rest of the theater, the women there on girls' night, the Thursday night date nights, they got it. They clapped at the end. It meant something to them. And me? Yeah, I loved it. I always worry about sophomore films, the pressure of following up a near-perfect debut like Past Lives. But this feels confident, real. No melodrama, no sabotage, just humans trying to figure each other out the way we all do. I think everyone watching will find themselves in one of these characters. The person who settles, the person who hopes, the one chasing money, the one chasing meaning. It's a film about choices and the doubt that comes after we make them. Celine Song has a gift for this kind of thing, and I'm so grateful she shares it. Appreciate you going on this film journey with me, and as always, be real.
I'm turning 48, and I think I need to meet someone more grown.
I have a really beautiful client. She's 31.
I wasn't really thinking 30s.